What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. Today on the table in front of us we have, well, a new knife to the collection. This is the Chaves 229. Now, I know, because I know you guys have watched some of my videos, that you may be thinking, but we've seen your 229 before. Yeah, you have, but you haven't. You see, that's mine, or at least that's my original. This is the Tanto blade version. And as you can see, while they are virtually identical, the blade grind on this one and the overall shape is just a little more stabby. I have one other, which is this. This is the Reate Street, which is the smaller version. And as you can see, these are both the Tanto blade. And I really like that. Now, don't get me wrong, this all-time favorite knife. I mean, well, one of my all-time favorite knives, no question. But this Tanto is so useful. It's not overly stabby. It's not unusable. There are some Tantos that have no belly to them. I don't know how else to explain it. But Chaves designed this thing in such a way that it is a little more stabby, but equally useful to its drop point brother here for EDC, and that is an amazing feat, and I just love the way they look. Now, the Reate Street is S35VN. Both of the 229s are M390. These are made by Reate and made really, really well. This one has a little bit of aftermarket work done to it. Somebody has anoded the backspacer purple and the clip purple and added aftermarket thumb studs in the same sort of blue. We'll call it blurple because it is more blue than it is purple. I'm okay with that. This was a missing piece to my collection, and I am super glad to have added it. The blade grind on these Chaves knives remains my favorite blade grind in the world, and I have a number of knives that have very similar grinds. This hollow through here with the nice flat grind here at the tip means that this thing and this thing and this thing cut like crazy. They are such great daily users, but they're very robust up here at the tip. So, and never pry with your knives. But if you needed to dig this underneath something, it's not going to bend, break, snap, or twist. And yet back here where you do most of your cutting, it is very slicey. Also, this particular handle design in the larger 229 fits me better than almost any other knife on the planet. It really does. So let's get some basic specs out of the way. We're going to move these for now. This is very, very similar to the other 229 that I have, so if you've watched that video, none of this is going to come as a surprise. You get 1, 2, 3 1/4 inches of cutting on 3.5 inches of M390. The overall knife is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 1/8 inches long. The grip area, not including the forward choil, which is a little small for me but is usable, you get 1, 2, 3, just at 4 inches of grip. This is an exceptionally comfortable knife for my hand. I've had this one for, it'll be a year in June. And until I got the Sabenza 31 here, this 229 has spent more time in my pocket than any other knife I own. I just keep coming back to it. There's something about the way that it not only rides the pocket, but fits my hand, but does the daily tasks that I desire that make this, well, just a superior knife in many ways. And it continues to be the knife, even with the new Sabenza and everything else, that the action is so good. So when I get a new knife, this is the knife that I compare the action against to see how I feel about it. Reate just killed it in that department with this knife. Now, this new one has exactly the same action. It's actually almost a little bit better. I don't know why. But these are superior. The Reate Street, same, just in a smaller package. It is very, very good. These are out there in the secondary market. They are not inexpensive. These were about $350 or $375 new. They remain expensive, particularly since they don't seem to be making any more of them at this point. But I got to tell you, if you want to chase one of these down, do it. You will not regret it. Let's do some size comparisons just for fun. As I mentioned, I am using the Ferrum Forge Gent as my small knife because it is a small knife. You know, the Gent is just over 2.5 inches of cutting on just at 3 inches of S35 VN. And a very, very small package. This is an excellent pocket knife, by the way. You can still get these on drop. But as you can see, it is a tiny thing as in compared to the the 229. Man, I'm all over the place today. For a large knife comparison, let's go ahead and put it up against the full-size Griptilian, or in this case, the Ritter Hogue. These knives are very, very similar in size. Both are M390. The difference, of course, is that this one's about $150, and you can get them today. Do I love them equally? No, I don't. But if you don't have one of these and you want a knife that's going to last you forever, it's not a bad choice right here. Now let's put it up against something really big. Here it is up against the Hinderer XM24. The XM24 is an enormous knife. It really is. And, well, there it is. But you don't get that much more blade. You just don't. Now, this is CPM 20CV, which is, of course, American M390. So they're virtually the same material in the blade. This is a better cutter, absolutely, because of this hollow grind. But, well, there's that. I've had 6 Chaves knives. I had a different Redencion Street. I had the all blacked out version. I've had 2 of his custom 228s. And while the 228 is an amazing knife, you can tell where his ideas kind of came from. Having had them, I can tell you that the production 229s from Reate are everything that the 228s are, only a little better. That's just what happens when you've got the production power of a company like Reate behind you. On the 228, the blade, you can touch the end of the blade here with your thumb. You cannot do that on the 229. The grind and action on the 229s here is, well, as I said, this is the knife that I compare all actions against. So these are very good. Now, as a collector, you'd think, well, you got to keep the 228, but I tend to keep knives that I like, despite what everybody seems to think that I should or shouldn't do. And in the end, I sold both of my 228s, which of course allowed me to buy a whole bunch of other knives, and ended up just loving the 229. And so here we are. Now I have both blade styles. I am likely going to reach out and see if I can get a replacement set of thumb studs because I want this one stock. I can do the work to put the backspacer and the clip back to its original color, but those thumb studs are going to be a lot harder to put back. So we'll find out if I can get a pair of them from somewhere. I guess that's about it. This is more of a collection update than it is a knife recommendation. It is an overview of, well, just one of my all-time favorite knives in the world. The Chaves designed, Reate built 229. I got this one just after Blade Show last year. In fact, the week I got back. And, oh, Blade Show. You know, with everything that's going on right now with COVID-19 and the coronavirus, I'm holding out hope that we're going to have a Blade Show. But I got to tell you, I don't know. I guess we'll all find out together. In the meantime, feel free to stop on by here to check out whatever new knives I have or whatever new knives I'm looking at. If you have any questions about these Chaves knives or any of the knives you've ever seen on my channel, feel free to ask down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video on your way out, and we'll see you next time.